What if Rogue had countryballs instead of Pokemon? This is a question I found myself asking a few days ago after trying out Rogue, a roguelite interpretation of Pokemon. Like, there's balls decks, the equivalent of real-life Pokemon cards, so how come there isn't a good equivalent game-wise? Looking into it, I actually did find one that existed. Back in 2018, there was a ROM hack called Countryball Catch-em-all for the Pokemon Fire Red, but it seems to be abandonware now. Plus, replicating Pokemon 1-to-1 wasn't exactly what I had in mind either. Here's how I imagine the core of this game, which I'm considering to call Countryball Rogue, to look like. A lot of things will be inspired by Pokemon and Rogue, like the turn-based combat, parties, and progression. Additionally, I envision Countryballs going through evolutions based on their history. Like, Poland will start off as the Kingdom of Poland, then Polish Lithuania, and eventually reach the modern-day Republic of Poland. Moves will be inspired by history as well, like Winged Hussars as an attack, or Solidarity to boost defense. On the other hand, I'd like to remove catching a country ball. Instead, you might have a training exercise with a potential member, and beating that country will let you add them to the party or alliance. For items, I think some standard things like healing items are must-haves, but for held items, I like to suggest something a little bit more interesting: cosmetics. Each country can wear one cosmetic, which will provide whatever buffs are associated with that item. Like, America's sunglasses might increase defense, while the German Pickelhaube might boost attack. Another thing that I'll have to change are types, since Pokemon's types don't really suit real-life nations very well. Instead, here are some types I've already drawn up. First is vast. Vast can refer to a country's size, like the Mongol Empire or Canada, or to population like Indonesia and India, or by an abundance of natural resources like Australia and Brazil. Religious is for countries known for religion or notably religious, like the People States or Israel. Unity describes countries with high amounts of patriotism or nationalism, like Turkey or the United States. Royalty is kind of self-explanatory, thinking along the lines of the Kingdom of Spain or the Qing Dynasty. Maritime is for those famously seafaring states, like the Empire of Japan or the United Kingdom. Technical refers to the industrial and scientific countries of the world, like Germany or South Korea. Lastly is subject, which is for those moments in history when a nation is under control by a foreign ruler, like the British Raj or East Germany. Now, this list is only preliminary, and if you think I'm missing anything else, please consider leaving a comment below. Now that we've gone over the framework around Countryball Rogue, we've got to actually make the game. To do that, we're going to need a few tools. Our first stop is a game engine. There's a lot of options out there, from the industry standards like Unity and Unreal to engines more catered to indie developers like Godot and GameMaker. There's also the secret third option of no game engine, but I'd like to release this game within the decade. Now, I'm most familiar with Godot, having used it in a number of game jams in the past, a lot of which already involve countryballs. I found Godot to be lightweight and not too difficult to learn, so it's the obvious choice. Here's some of the games I've made in the past. You can play them yourself with the itch.io link down in the description. Though I will note most of them are pretty short because they were meant for game jams. Next up is art, and you're probably thinking of the standard programs like MS Paint or Krita, but hear me out on this one, Inkscape. Inkscape is a vector graphics program which, simply put, stores images as math instead of by pixel. This allows me to quickly change the stylization of balls, and it's just what I'm used to. It's also what I use to plan out my games, most significantly UI design, but allow me just to show you in a quick montage. Alright, that's all I got for you in this video, but if you would like to see this game finish, consider subscribing and sticking around for the journey. I plan on completing Countryball Rogue by, at max, the end of the summer, hopefully sooner. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.